ESMO always brings very good news.
I wish to hear something breaking around colorectal cancer and gastric.
The new developments in immuno-oncology as well as PARP inhibition.
New trends, new studies which are matured.
Late-breaking abstract.
New novel drugs here.
Nice new ideas and perspectives.
It will be very useful and for me and for my patients.
23,000 clinicians and researchers are here in Madrid. From 8 to 12 September, more than 250 sessions will guide attendees through the latest breakthroughs from research and the most promising therapies, providing tips for daily practice and discussing controversial issues in the field.
I think it's important to translate what the academics are doing. It has to be translated to clinical practice.
The researchers develop the potential new treatments that need to be converted to treatments into humans.
Cooperation will be a key driver for oncology in the future. For this, ESMO has dedicated its annual meeting to the integration of basic research into clinical practice, aiming to close the gap between two different categories of professionals for a better patient outcome. In this direction, this year's Congress is held for the first time in partnership with the European Association for Cancer Research. ESMO is home for everyone who wants to build bridges, commented ESMO President Fortunato Ciardello in his welcome message during the opening ceremony.
Here also in Madrid. Here together we are almost 23,000 people working and fighting all together cancer. One dream of every one of us all together becomes a dream of all of us together, regardless of our origin or our background. We come from 131 different countries in the world, all together for the same goal and from the same objective. We started step by step to grow all together, to become what we are. And we do that, hopefully, across oncology, worldwide, without any limitation, without walls.
The smaller the tumor, the better the prognosis? This is likely to be untrue when it comes to early breast cancer, as suggested by a sub-analysis from the MINDAC trial, which was presented today in Madrid. Investigators reported that 1 of 4 women with small, node-negative tumors who had a low clinical risk at the beginning of the trial, due to their nodule being less than 1 centimeter, benefited from chemotherapy and showed higher rates of disease-free survival, overall survival, and distant metastases-free survival 5 years later. These results are consistent with the fact that 24% of small tumors were found to have an aggressive biology. Node-negative disease is a prevalent form of breast cancer worldwide, and the administration of adjuvant chemotherapy is still controversial. The study shows that assessing clinical risk together with tumor biology by using a 70-gene signature can potentially guide clinical choices. How do patients perceive scientific breakthroughs in oncology? And why is their involvement in research so relevant today? The Patients Advocacy Track at ESMO 2017 provides an invaluable opportunity to find some answers.
It is really important to include patients since the beginning in the clinical trials to decide the most important clinical endpoints, but also at the end of the studies to interpret the clinical results and the safety of the clinical trials. In 2017, the patient is in a different position than before, and he is able through internet and through also all the press and all the newspapers to know much better what are the outcomes of the clinical trial. So it is very important to share the information with the oncologists directly and try to interpret if the results are really in line on what patients they really want. There is a big lack of research on this field, and we have to foster research to better understand the patient-reported outcomes, what really the patients want for their life, and how to create some instruments to better interpret the clinical trial results.